Episode 2, Get Invested. Before we get to it, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do with this information what you will with it. So let's just get right to it. All right, just wanted to share this quick thought. Like I said, this little segment, Get Invested, is going to be just a bunch of whatever I feel like I want to just bring up. So I just want to say, oh, man, I know so many people in life who play life too cautious and are unhappy with their life, but they're so fixated on, well, I don't have much, so I can't afford to lose anything that I have. But not necessarily like they would admit that they don't like their financial situation they're living in. They're either middle class or worse off, if you will. But they're so fixated on, I want a better life, but I'm too afraid to take action because all they do is focus on if they lose. It's that like they're almost programmed like such a negative way to program. Now, granted, if that's their number one thing, don't lose because they, it's already hard enough in life financially for them. I can understand. Okay. I just want to bring this thought up because everybody starts off at some point. I was a young guy who didn't have any money, just like anybody else when you first start out in life, right? When you first get your first job and all that stuff. And I said to myself, and I still live to this, have this mentality today. If you're not willing to lose something or risk something to gain a better future, then what do you have? You know what I mean? You want to be like everyone else. You play it safe in life. You're like everyone else. I'm not saying to take uneducated, stupid risk. I'm saying educate yourself, take educated risk, and know there's a possibility you might fail. Okay. But you're already a failure if you don't take any risk at all, because how are you going to get ahead of everybody else? You're going to be in the same boat as everyone else living in, well, I guess, an average life or a middle class or less than middle class life. That's not fun. You have no hope then. So the mentality is that I had at a young age was I have to risk something to gain a better life and know that there's no guarantee in it. But I knew that if I did not have this mentality, then I wouldn't have the life I wanted, or could have. So I just want to kind of say mentality is, what kind of person are you? I'm not saying it's wrong or right everybody has to make their own decision, but I just wanted to bring this up because I think people think about this subconsciously, but I just want to bring it up so you can kind of like maybe think about it and, do with what you want with it. But if you're not willing to risk anything to improve your life and you don't like the way your life is right now, then, if you don't like the way your life is now, then that's a failure in your mind. Let's just say it. Okay. And if you're not willing to potentially risk something to make it better, then you're never getting out of that life. You have no hope. Do you want to live like that for the rest of your life? I'm not saying that you should be thinking the way I am. I just want to bring this up so that maybe people can think about this and make a conscious decision if they're thinking about this kind of stuff and going, wow, yeah, I never thought of it. I don't have enough time in the day. I'm so busy. I got so much on my mind. I don't have time to think about this. I just want to kind of bring this up. I'm just kind of rambling here. I think I'll go into this a little more detail in the future video, but think about it. I mean, just think about it in terms of inflation. Okay, I have a buddy who is absolutely terrified to put any money in the stock market or to do anything. Okay, he makes a lot of money and he thinks to himself, well, I make more than most people. So therefore, relatively speaking, I'm better off than them. Because just say he's talking about people that can't save any money and say he saves whatever, can save some money in the bank and everything. So he has a false sense of security or, whatever you want to call it. If they can't save money and I can save a certain amount of money every year in the bank account, I'm better. So I think there's a flaw in the way he thinks because, like I said, afraid to invest. And when you think about it, I don't know now, everybody knows how inflation's insane now, but there was a point in time where the general rule is every 20 years, your purchasing power is cut in half due to inflation. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's put it in layman's terms. So if you have $10,000 in the bank and you never got any interest or it never grew it, in 20 years, that the amount that $10,000 that you would purchase you 20 years ago would only purchase about half the goods and services because inflation would double. So your purchasing power is cut in half, if I said that right. But I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. So the bottom line is, even if you think that you're doing better than most other people, there's still forces fighting, eating away at your purchasing power, and your standard of living is being taken away from you. So in the general sense, if you want to live your standard of living is being stolen away from you through inflation. Okay. So as you get older, your quality of life or the things you'll be able to do is greatly being reduced if you do not keep up with inflation, which means, at least I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, I say to myself, I need to invest and I need to produce income that's at a rate greater than inflation so that I can keep my lifestyle. So my lifestyle is not getting worse because my purchasing power is being taken away from me. And it takes more dollars to buy the same goods and services in the future. I need to keep up with inflation. Therefore, I need to make more money. I need to put my money to work so that it can make money for me. And the goal is to be at a rate higher than inflation so that you can live the same standard of life regardless if times get tough, like I said, like with prices going up. So it just goes back to the mentality. If you are not willing to risk something to get ahead, what's really happening? It's like a boat filling with water and you have a pail, okay? And you're trying to bail the water out of the boat, okay? But the water's coming in faster than you can bail it out. What's going to happen? The boat's going to sink. And what happens? You're in the water, baby. I mean, you're already wet, but you'll be in the friggin' water. There's no boat anymore, okay? So I just wanted to throw this idea out there. I'm not the best at articulating. I don't think, what I should say is, I just have such a high level that I'm always questioning. I'm like, I could have said that better, what have you. I just wanted to just get this out, just to put it on your radar. Think about that in life, man. If you play life too safe, are you going to be happy with that? And if you make educated decisions to try to make your life better, there's a possibility it could get worse if things don't pan out. Are you afraid to do that? Are you the person that's more preservation mode, so to speak, thinking like, I can't lose anything, I don't have enough? Well, if you don't have enough, you'll never have enough, right? So you have to maybe do something so that someday you can have enough, right? But like I said, there's two types of people. Ones that are too afraid to take action because it's just dominating their mind that if I lose. And then there's people out there that say, what if I win? What if I succeed? I'm willing to take a chance to make my life. If I don't like the way that my life is financially right now, it's never going to get better unless you do something about it. But if you do something about it and it doesn't turn out right, you could be worse off. You have to find out that proper risk reward or that trade-off to a better life. Like I said, you have to risk something to gain something. There's no free lunch, I guess, if they will, as they say. So I'll just leave it right there. Episode 2, invested. Just my thoughts, random, off the top of my head. Not random. I think about this I've thought about this all my life. I just kind of want to throw it out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Like I said, I'm just throwing ideas out here. I know maybe some people might take this as being insensitive. I totally understand that some people are in very tough financial situations and they can't do anything to get out of it. And I'm very sorry. It's horrible. But I think it's important to kind of bring this to the conversation. Just my mentality. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm nuts? You guys, I can't afford to lose anything, or do you think that? Do you think that? Just let me know what you guys think. That's about it. I'll just talk to you guys tomorrow.